Hi everyone. I want to start on this folio project that I told you about. I want to make 3 folios, one for each of my kids, to put our Christmas traditions and maybe some Christmas recipes or little memories that they may have or whatever. I've put 2 together already. I used glue for one, and I used a Joann's type of score tape for the other, and you can see that the glue did leave a little bit of ruffling on there, but it can be done. I mean, it doesn't look so bad on anywhere else, and it's going to be covered with paper, so it's really not going to be that noticeable. But with the tape, you get some places that don't want to stay stuck, and you get other places, if you don't cover them properly, they get sticky. So I've got a little baby powder on that one, so just beware. So I want to work on this one here. What I've got, this is just all the tape, double sticky tape I have. I use the, these are kind of sharp on the edges, so I use this to cut it. I've got a little, what do you call this thing? I'm going to call it a spacer because I'm totally blank on the word, but basically this is a double thickness of the chipboard, excuse me, that I need to use between the pages to give me enough room to fold the book. So I just have that. These are 2 pieces, 1 by 9. Looks like there's a little bit of, when you're cutting this on some cutters, you have to cut half, flip it over, cut the other half, and sometimes it does not line up. So I'm just going to trim that little bit of excess off because it's jetting out from the rest of it, and I think that'll be okay. This one looks okay. Alright, and I did decide to go with a 9 by 6 size. I think Artie Mays, when she did hers 8.5 by 5.5. But I like the size of the 9 by 6, and I'm still planning on putting a traveler's notebook size journal inside, but I wanted the little bit bigger book. So that's for the chipboard. 3 9 by 6, 2 1 by 6. And then I'm using craft cardstock. This is very thin cardstock. Let's see if I have the packaging. It is craft paper 8.5 by 11. It doesn't say the weight, but I believe I got this on Amazon. So yeah, it kind of curls up a little bit, but not too bad. And all I've done is attached them together by overlapping 1/4 inch. See, there's some sticky there. And then I've measured. Of course, you can't see. I'm going to have a problem getting this all in, but I think you'll get the idea. I've measured 1 inch from the left side and the bottom just to give me a guideline as to where to align these. So the first thing that I want to do is attach tape to the back of these pieces, and I'll be back. Okay, so I ran out of 3 1/4 inch. I'm putting these here, stacking them in order because otherwise I'll forget the spines. So the first thing I need to do is remove the backing, and sometimes that's the hardest thing you have to do. If this gets too tedious, I'm going to have to fast forward through this part. So far so good. I shouldn't say anything, but because my nails are so short, this is difficult. And then I try using, sometimes the pick will work. There we go. Can get in the corners a little better. I try the what do you call it? The cutting blade. It doesn't work so well for me. Okay, so let's see. Let me get this out of the way. And see if I can get this where you can see it. Like I said, I've drawn a 1-inch line here and here. So I'm just going to line this up where that comes together, like so. Okay, now I want to do a 1-inch piece, and this is where the shim comes in. Shim, hey, I remembered the word. And I'm not going to lay this down. I'm kind of got it at an angle just so I can line up the top and the bottom and down like so. And like I said, this is 2 thicknesses of the chipboard. Alright, so let's remove the tape from this one. Ah, see, that's what happens. I'm going to have to put new tape on there now. Darn, I have 1/4 inch left. Well, there's some adhesive still there from the last piece, so we should be okay. I mean, we're going to wrap around this, so burnish that down. You want to burnish your tape down really well, which I thought I had done, but apparently not as well as I thought. Okay, so yeah. Doesn't want to stick on this cardboard. You know, it's possible that I got a little bit of baby powder. There we go. There we go. Come on. And one more. There we go. And same as before, I'll take the shim, put it up against this piece here, kind of bring this in at an angle till I get it lined up where I want it. And down. Okay. Now we need another 1-inch piece. I actually was very excited that this didn't take as long as I thought it would to wrap. So, you know, I can only record for 29 minutes. So, try to get it all done. There we go. And down. A 1-inch piece is a lot easier to do. Like I said, I think the hardest part is getting the adhesive off, the backing off the adhesive. Hello. I don't want to get too excited and think it's released and rip it all off again, because I have a limited amount. I need to be able to wrap this piece. Normally I don't use a lot of score tape or double sticky tape or whatever you want to call this. Especially I see so many people using it in their pockets and stuff, and I gotta be honest with you, it quite disturbs me, because years ago I made a purse. Oh my goodness, that one doesn't want to stick. Let's try this in. I made a purse and I I made another album for a friend of mine, and following the directions, I used double sticky tape on everything. Well, everything's stuck in the pockets. The glue dries. The adhesive never does. And so tags and all kinds of things that I had, journal cards and booklets and stuff, got stuck in the pockets, and oh man, what a mess. So I don't do that anymore. When I see someone do it, it kind of makes me cringe. But, you know, so I'll use it for construction if the tape is going to be hidden. But, yeah, see, this one doesn't want to. Come on. So after we get the book put together, then we will go back to our other methods of attaching with the glue. And I got some new tacky glue, and I think I know why it was on sale. Amazon sent me a thing and said they had these 4-ounce bottles. I always wanted one that had the upside down cap on it, you know, so you could stand it and it would be always at the ready. They were $1.27 a bottle. Well, I buy the 3-ounce bottle at Dollar Tree a lot, and so I thought, well, at $1.27 and I can have the other bottle. Well, it smells really like beer. It smells like it's fermented, and it's very strange. It works fine. It's a good consistency. I don't have any other problems with it other than it smells funky. So I think it may have turned a little bit. Once it's dry, it doesn't smell. It's just when the initial application, it's like, whoa, what is that? Okay, let's see. I'm sorry for the sniffing, guys. I have a little bit of a cold. I have to keep clearing my throat. Okay, I want to get this like so, along that line and down. Okay, so we don't need the shim right now. I just want to burnish that down real good. I'm going to flip it over and burnish real good on this side. Okay, now we don't need all this excess over here, so I'm going to trim this down about an inch away. Okay, save that for another day. Okay, so we've got, I need to figure out, well, I guess it doesn't really matter at this point which is the front or back, but I want to put adhesive around, and I've got these corners here. I don't need to go over the corners because we're going to miter them, so I'm just going to stop it a little bit past the end, and we'll do it side here. Well, that went a little wonky, didn't it? Maybe I should go down a little sooner here. Okay, one side. I'm going to go ahead and finish taping this, and I'll be back. Okay, so I've got all the tape on, and what I have done is I've taken the same shim, the two thicknesses. This chipboard is 1/16 of an inch thick, so the two thicknesses is 1/8 of an inch. I put it on the corner like this and draw a diagonal so I know where to cut, because I want to cut about 1/8 of an inch away from that corner, and I'm just going to clip those off like so. Now, save the corners. I did see a fix one time, and I'm so sorry I don't remember where I saw it. But I thought it was a fabulous idea because sometimes I have had issues with this. If you're doing a different color wrap, which mine is pretty much the same, it's not going to make a big difference, and you accidentally cut it too short, you can take this corner and stick it right here on the corner here, and when you wrap it, if you're short, it'll hide that little bit. Can you see where I am? Yes. Okay. Make sure. I need to clean off my desk. I'm getting a smaller and smaller workspace. Okay, so but I don't need those. I think I did okay. So what I'm going to do now is just try and work around a little bit, kind of easing this around and over, breaking it in slowly. We don't want to be rough with the cardstock. We want to coax it so we don't get any tearing. Okay, and we'll get and we want to do that to all three sides. I'm going to do it with my hands here on this side, so you don't have to do it with the bone folder, but just kind of ease it around, and this will make it easier once you get it unstuck. Okay, unstuck when you take the release papers off. You can do this with your fingers. I'm used to doing it with my bone folder, but so. And again, with this long one, it's easier to do the long ones with your fingers, but you kind of want to, that to be a little bit of a flat edge right there on the wraparound, and then coax it around like so. And I usually will release, do the long sides first, and then we'll tuck in that little tiny piece in the corner and then wrap the sides last. So let's get this tape off. One. Now you have curly cues for your packages. Two. And three. Okay, and since we've already told it where we want it to go, it should lay down a little bit. I'm going to start from the center and work out. And basically I'm just rolling it over. If you get a little bubble here, just kind of press it down. This is all going to be covered. And I'll be honest with you, this one's turning out way better than the last two. This is like an inch. My other one was, both of them were really wonky. So it's not, it doesn't have to be perfect. It'll all come out. All right, so I'm going to do the other side here. Burnish this tape down a little bit. See some bubbles in there. Did I burnish that down? I think I did. Okay, let's remove this tape. One. Two. Gotta have there we go, an edge. Nope, that's where I broke my tape. I had to start over. There we go. Okay. And I start from the middle again. And work my way out. Now, I don't know if you can see here, but this comes over, because we left that 1/8 of an inch, this comes out about an 1/8 of an inch from this chipboard here. So all we're going to do is take the bone folder, and all I do is go from the outside in and press it down. Make sure that tape doesn't come up, but press it down. From the outside in. Same thing on this side. I'm going to go from the outside in. You can use either side. We just want to press that down so that when this piece comes up, we don't have a sharp pointy piece sticking out. So we're folding it in to that area. Then we're going to release the tape. And one more. Burnish. And we're going to fold that over. And what that does, by folding that little tiny piece in, is it gives us a nice fold here on the corner. I hope that's not blurry. I hope you can see that. But it just finishes it off. So let's repeat on this side. From the outside in. You can, sometimes it's not that much sticking out. You can just kind of push it down a little bit. Then release the tape. Oops. Well, fine line between releasing and pulling all that tape back off. Okay, so again, I'm just going to fold this back up and around. Okay, so now I want to burnish that all real good. Make sure that tape stays where I put it. Okay, let's go this way. Okay, and then I also will go along the edges, like so. Just to flatten that out a little bit. Okay, now we haven't folded this in, but it won't be too difficult. Oh shoot, I just ripped that. I was going to say be gentle so you don't rip it. I am going to put a piece of cardstock over this, so it's not going to matter, but you want to press down in here almost as if you're scoring here. You don't want to go through, but then gently fold it. It didn't go through to the outside, it was just this little piece of wraparound, so I'm not too concerned about that. This one wants to keep coming up, so I may have to add some glue to that. But same thing over here, we want to just gently crease, and then here as well. And you'll notice I'm not using my point, because when I do, it tears through the cardstock, because even though I say be gentle, I'm not necessarily as gentle as I should be. So, you know, you get on autopilot on some of these things. Okay, so there we go. And I will use this for this cover and keep the one with no seam as my top cover. There. So that will open out like this. Now we will have, I'm still trying to decide. My inspiration was Artie Mays and Yvonne Preston, and they have a hinge here with a fold out, flip out pocket type thing, and they have elastic here for sliding in a journal, which is what I do want to do that. And then I'm not sure, I was thinking I want to do like a waterfall, so I could put multiple recipes, because I could put a recipe on each side if I do a waterfall on one of these pages. Lots of pockets and things like that. So I need to get to coffee dyeing my kit and cutting out some ephemera, and I've got the 3 folio bases made, so we're in good shape. And then I'll be back. So thanks for watching. Talk to you next time.